Youth homelessness is a widespread issue in the UK. In 2006, it was estimated that 75,000 young people were in contact with homeless services. In Brighton and Hove, during this period, 45% of all homeless acceptances were aged 16 to 24.
Problems started building up in secondary school. I was making trouble, bunking, stealing, getting problems from the police. It was just one big vicious circle. I never thought my parents would kick me out. A couple of times I said, leave, go, don't come back. I'd always end up there. Until one night, they just said no.
My dad was an emotional abuser. He very rarely turned violent. He messed with my head and I thought it was right what he was doing, but it wasn't. I rarely ever went to school. I didn't feel safe. And when I wasn't there, they didn't really do anything about it, so I didn't think there was any good reason to really be at school. But when I went to college, I started to talk to people about my problems. And I realised that what he was doing to me was wrong, and I needed to act fast on this because it was getting worse.
Things were good. I was happy living at my mum's. I'd been seeing this guy for quite a while, and things got pretty serious. I got pregnant, and after I told my mum that last night, I left home.
My problems first started when my dad moved to France. I moved with my mum. Me and my mum would argue a lot. Sometimes we'd get into a lot of fights. One day I lost my rag. I had a massive argument with my mum, and she kicked me out.
Parental eviction, due to clash of lifestyles, continues to be the most common stated reason for being in housing need, both locally and nationally.
It was about my 16th birthday when they kicked me out. I never thought they'd do it. So I ended up at Sussex Central YMCA. It took me 3 months to get into a hostel.
First I thought living on your own would be really quite mad. Just do what you wanted. Looking back on it, it just weren't that good.
I went to the council, and because I was pregnant, they had to give me temporary accommodation within a few hours. But it was just horrible. I was only 16 and pregnant. I didn't know what else to do.
When I went to the council, they didn't see me as the first priority. I ended up sofa surfing and staying at my friend's house, which ruined my relationships with my friends as well.
I had feelings of being scared and lonely. Feelings I thought no one would understand.
It's not nice. You just want to be back with your family, with your friends.
I spent a few nights on the streets, which was really scary for me. I felt like my whole world was crashing down on me.
Since 2006, Brighton and Hove City Council have worked to reduce the use of bed and breakfast accommodation. However, for a number of young people, each year this continues to be the only available accommodation, and for even greater numbers, sofa surfing or even rough sleeping is the only option when facing homelessness.
So, I ended up at a B&B. It was horrible. I was the only person there under 25. They were all 30 odd and doing drugs and stuff.
I used to lock myself in my room. You know, I was too scared to go out. I was too scared to bump into any drunk people.
I went through a lot of feelings. Don't just sit there thinking there's no hope, no future.
It makes you feel really depressed and worthless, but I finally got help from the council and tenancy support workers. They pointed me to the organisations that really helped me out.
Finding organisations helped make me feel a lot more confident about my situation.
In the last year, Sussex Central YMCA closed 961 cases, and homelessness was prevented in 68% of all cases. The housing advice team stressed that seeking help early on is most likely to result in the prevention of homelessness.
I think I would have changed the time I got pregnant, and I would have stayed at home if I could have, saved a deposit, and so I wouldn't have to go into temporary accommodation.
Don't do it. Don't do any of it. Stay at home with your parents. Being put in temporary accommodation isn't nice.
Get help resolving your problems. Don't let it result in packing your bags and running away.
I think you should just think things through before you get into them. Plan yourself ahead.
You need to speak and listen to your services. Listen to people's advice and keep all your support networks open.
Just remember that there are places you can go.
Don't be afraid to ask for help and be honest.
Sussex Central YMCA continue to work to reduce youth homelessness in Brighton and Hove. If you would like further information on the support that is available to you, please contact the Housing Advice Team.